Good afternoon, everybody. It's Joseph. I want to talk about Queen of England today. And one of the things, when we go into people that are alive, I'm very, very respectful of them. Not necessarily what the message themselves are to come in as they're going to come in, but when you go to somebody, and because to me, as a living being, you don't have the right to slander people or say bad things about them. The message are going to be what they're going to be. And it's very important that you honor the individuals that you're going to see or going to visit as you're visiting, because you're visiting their space, you're visiting like their home. So to be disrespectful and rude, to me, is not what this is about. This is about just giving people a perspective into a person's heart, how I perceive that message. And it's very important that I keep saying that when I do this, because it's very important for me as a journey healer, as a journeyer, that I get permission from people before I go into their space. However, it is okay to go to a person's space as long as you're honoring of their space and you're not doing things against what their spirit is asking you to do. So in saying that, let's just go visit the Queen and see what her soul has to say. Let's take a few breaths in, the nose out to mouth. Relax the mind and the body. I see a child, and she's in a carriage, and she's looking into this huge building, and she walks out, and she's standing straight, very, very, I don't want to say stubborn, but very confident is a good word to say. And she starts to grow old as she's looking in the same spot. She's growing older and older and older. And she's still looking out towards this castle type building. And she's looking at this, and she's just aging. She has a tear in her eye. It's actually forming on the right cheek, the right side of her face. And I stand beside her and I said, "What do you see?" It's like she doesn't want to leave this world. She wishes she had more time here. She wishes she had more time. I actually hold her hand because she's struggling with this. She's struggling with the idea of time. And I hold her hand really tight, and I kind of cup both my hands on it. And I'm just looking at her. And I actually take over and I said, "Do you mind?" And I put like a napkin out. And she says, "No, I don't mind you rubbing my tears from my face." So I do that, and I say, "You have lived a wonderful life." And she kind of looks at me like, "Yeah, I guess I have. I have lived a wonderful life. But it was difficult, and people don't see the difficulties in my life. All they see is easy. Like, to be a queen is easy. It's not hard at all. But it has been very difficult for me, especially growing up as a woman. And I had very good teachers," she says. "I had very good teachers and very good women in my life to give me the strength and the confidence to do everything I've done in my life." And she has no regrets. She has regrets, but nothing she's going to dwell on and take with her. She is actually a very strong woman. I do have a lot of respect for that. I say strong women are needed more in this world, but also compassion is important as well, but not blind compassion. And I don't see blind compassion in you at all. She says she'll take that as a compliment, because it is. It's not, when you blindly go through life and not see, she doesn't go blindly through life. She's very strategic in the way she thinks. And she knows what she wants. She has disappointments. And she wishes that her family was a little stronger. And she goes, I don't know how to say it without coming across as a grumpy person, but I expected more. And from her family. But I say, maybe you expected too much from your family, and they never were really able to be who they were meant to be, or maybe who they wanted to be. She thinks about this for a minute, and she actually, I pull a chair down for her and she sits down, and we sit down beside each other, and we're sitting on chairs looking at this beautiful scene. She loves this place. It's peaceful to her. She goes, yes, I think maybe you were right. But I guess I had so many expectations pushed upon me that maybe I pushed the expectations too much on my family. It is difficult to be queen, she says. The expectations are so high, and people are always in your face, at your feet, looking for something, anything, to complain about. That annoys me, she says. There's nothing worse than people always looking for something to complain about, she says. That is one of my pet peeves in this world. People need to mind their own business, she said. I have done things, good and bad, she says, but I own them for what they are. And I am proud for everything I've done. And she hits her hand on the thing and says, damn it, I wish I had more time. And I hold her hand and I said, time is everything you do have. And as a ripple that appears and things kind of spread open and become like the scene itself expands. And I start showing her all the times that's just going on right now, all her lifetimes, all the things that she's lived. And she stands up and she's crying again. And she goes, oh my God, really? This is what is actually happening now? I said, time is kind of weird in the spirit realm. Things could be happening now that have happened in the future, that happened yesterday. There's so many things going on all the time that we have nothing but time. We just feel like we don't. But I do understand what you mean in this physical world. It's almost like as soon as we start to really get our shit together, we ran out of time. She goes, yeah, that's how I feel. I feel there's so much more I could do, and so much more I want to do, but I just don't have enough time. I said, is there a message that you want to share to everyone? And she goes to really honor your family and really pay attention to what you are doing and asking of your family. Because someday you're going to be looking in the mirror and you're no longer young. You might not even be alive. And your time has come to an end. It has run out. I think just take every moment and look at it as something that is so precious. She's showing me images of when somebody does something wrong, your son, your daughter, not to beat them up or beat yourself up too much. Start looking for what is important and what is good in what happened, and then obviously look at what they did wrong or what you think they did wrong, but also look at what they did right and start pointing out what they did right instead of what they did wrong. That's what she's saying is extremely important. And be honoring to who they want to be. You're right, she says. I wish I had more time with my family when I was younger. She stands up and she smiles at me and she says, "Thank you for coming to visit me. I don't have a lot of visitors like you that honor me, not looking for something to slander, not looking for something dishonoring, but actually looking at me as a person, as a human being, and what I feel in my heart." I really don't know a lot about you, I said. I don't read up on all these people in the world, all the celebrities, I keep that limited. And she actually says to me, she actually says that that's what people should do. Focus on their own families and what they are interested in and stop worrying about everyone else. I am the Queen of England, but I also am Elizabeth. And not too many people know who that person is. I never really took the time to see past the Queen and look into the person behind the crown. But in some ways, I like that because I can be my own person and nobody really knows who I truly am except my family and myself. And that is my privacy. That is my sanctuary. Well, that was all she's going to share with everyone. And again, it's a similar theme with people in celebrity status, higher places. Like, I don't look at anybody as in a higher place, but society does. But there's a very similar theme about privacy, about wanting to be just themselves. But don't we all long to be ourselves? To be who we're truly meant to be? Who are you? Who am I? Who am I truly? What is my purpose? Why am I sitting here making this video to you right now? It's important to be yourself, your true self, the one person. The person that no one sees. I think that's what I'm trying to do in my own life, is to finally be the one person I truly am. The person that I've always wanted to be. That was a very difficult journey, and none of you really know that except for a few. Everyone has a tough journey to be themselves, but everybody needs to become themselves in order to truly grow and to become part of this world and to change this world. Thank you very much, everyone. If you wish to do a journey with me, you can visit my website at www.amonrosstheawakening.com. You can visit my Northern Light page at josephbradleyaurores.com. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great evening.